Hello everyone, my name is Nikhilesh. I welcome you to my channel RP Techno Hub. In today's session, we're going to learn about how to find number of rows in an Excel sheet, how to set a value dynamically in an Excel cell, how to fill a range with auto incremented values and same values, and at last we'll see how to insert a formula and paste the same formula for a particular range. I hope my videos are informative, and if you think so, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel because that will help my channel and encourage me making more videos. Let's get started. So here I got a sample Excel sheet. Let's say you have scraped out these details from a portal, and so wherein it contains a couple of inventories and the products that are shipped from that inventory, right? So now your client wants a couple of columns to be added for formatting. Let's say serial number 1, 2, and that way he wants all of that serial numbers for each sales order, and then here he wants order column to be inserted this way. So here I'm just going to, copy paste the same value for given range, right? And then he wants the total products to be figured out this way. So if you have to do it manually, you would do it this way, right? So the same can be done using UiPath with couple of activities. We're going to learn that today. So sum of D22 and then give enter. And if I copy paste the same formula for all the rows, so you see for all the rows, I just applied the same formula and I got the total products for each of the inventories, right? So I'm just deleting it and let's achieve this using UiPath. So just deleting it, Control S, right? So if I just go to UiPath, and what do we need to do? First of all, we need to get control over that Excel application. So I'm just using Excel application scope, just drag and drop Excel application scope. And we need to have file path for that. So here I got the file. So just hold shift button, give a right click, copy as path, and then create a variable as file path, file path, and then give the path here. And here to be able to distinguish it, right? So I'm just keeping it as main sequence, cool. And then give the file path here, file path. And what do we need to do? So here, if you observe, right? So I copy pasted the formula or the value sales order value or serial number to all the rows, just to all the rows, right? So the same to be done from UiPath as well. So we need to find out the number of rows that are used in here, the used range, right? So to be able to get that, we need to read the complete range. So just use look for read range, and that needs to be taken from app integration, right? Read range, just take read range, but I will keep this in a sequence, right? Sequence, just drag and drop sequence. I will name it as find number of rows. Okay, find number of rows, and then drag and drop that here. So sheet one, and then read range, right? Just do sheet one data, sheet one data, and then I'll increase the scope to main sequence, and then I will loop through it. So how can I loop through that? Using for each row, right? For each row in that particular data table, just drag and drop for each row, and then specify the data table, that is data one, sheet one data, sheet one data. So here I'm taking index, okay. So after iterating through all the records, index will have, let's say here we got 12 records, right? Index will be, for the last record, index will be 11, 12 records and 11, right? So index will be 11 after iterating through all that. And now what I'll do, row, last row, I will just look for assign activity, and then I will drag and drop. So what is the last row? So 12 records are there, and the index for the last record is 11, and 11 plus 2, that is the last row in Excel, right? So last, I'm just creating a variable called last row, last row. Okay, so this should be integer. So index is holding 11. That is for the 12th record, index is 11. 11 plus 2 should be our last row, right? Index plus 2. Index plus 2. We're good there. And this is how you can find the number of rows in that Excel. And now what do we need to do? So first we need to insert a column for serial number, right? Let us do that. So let me add another sequence. So this is for serial number sequence. Okay, I'm just keeping it as serial number sequence. So what do we need to do? So we're anyways inside the Excel application scope. So I will just look for Excel, just type in Excel. Under Excel, right, under processing, you'll have insert or delete columns. Just drag and drop that, insert or delete columns. So in which position you want to insert a column? So in the first column, right? So in the first column, so number of columns, just one, and then a position one. Okay. And now what do you need to do? I want to add, right? So I do not want to remove it, but I just want to add. So just make sure that the change mode is add, and then sheet one, that is sheet one, cool. And a column will be added. And after that, what do I need to do? I need to write cell value, right? I need to write cell, just look for write cell. And under app integration, Excel, you have this write cell. Just use this under app integration, right? So write cell, what do you need to do? So under A1, I need to specify serial number. And then after that, I need to again write cell. And under A2, I will set 1. And then again write cell under A3. So because that's what I did, if you remember, right? So 2. And then I started, auto filling the range for complete rows, right? So let's look for auto, or otherwise just look for Excel. And then under Excel, you will have auto fill range under processing. Just auto fill range. And then, so I just specified A2 and then A3. So this way, the serial numbers to be incremented, right? So A2 and A3 is the source range. Okay, this is the source range. And that formatting, right? The here 1 plus 1 2, and that way I need to do the serial numbering, right, for all the used range. A2 to A, what is the last row count? So that is 13, right? So we do have last row. So if you see last row is not accessible in here, so what I'll do, I'll just go in here, and then I will increase the scope of last row to main sequence. Good there. So that's how we can increase the scope. Now last row is accessible everywhere throughout this main sequence. Now I can go in here, and I will just do plus, what I'll do, last row dot toString. Cool. What will happen now is that, so a column will be inserted with the name, okay, with the header name as serial number, and then I'm writing 1 in A2 cell, 2 in A3 cell, and I'm auto filling that particular format in all the used range. So, and after that, what I'll do, I will just save it. I'll just save the Excel workbook. Just look for save workbook, just drag and drop that. That's it. So now let's see this first. Just do F5. So here I have just kept it open, right? I just kept it open. So give a debug run using F5. So let us see. Serial number 1, 2. There you go. So it has done the same thing, whatever I did manually, right? And now let us see how we can add this order and then total products. So for that, what I'll do, I will just make use of the same sequence, right? Or I'll just do copy and I'll just do paste. Okay, I'll just drag and drop this here. And now I'll just comment this out, Control D, right? So here I'll change it as order, and where that needs to be added, insert in the number of columns one, second position, and now add. Yes, I want to add. Cool. And then what is the, it is B1, right? It is B1, and I want the header to be as order, and A2 to be not A2, it should be B2, B2 to be sales order, sales order, right? And the same to be written. So the same value to be written, right? So what I'll do, I'll just delete it, and it should be B2. The source range should be B2, and then B2, and then that should be done for all the used range. So here I'll specify B2 to B last row. We good there. And then I'm saving the workbook. Cool. So just do Control S. I did comment this, so this won't be performed again, right? Let's go back to main and let's give a run. So here I have the sheet open, and let us see how that will be performed. Just give F5 and let's go to that sheet. You see a column got inserted in the second column, right? Order, and all the values got added. And now we need to add this thing, right? Total products. Let us do that quickly. So I'll just copy it and then comment it, Control D. Okay, to save the time. Yeah. So insert column in which particular? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and then 8, right? 8th position, 8th. It should be 8th, right? Yes, it should be 8. Insert column, or 8 or 7. Let us just see. Okay, 8, and then if it is 8, H H1 should be total products. Total products. Now we will see how to insert a formula. Okay, yeah, total products, and then H2, H2, and here the formula should go. What is that formula? So you should give it in the same way, right? So that is equal to sum, and then so is equal to sum of the range, right? So that is D2 to G2, right? D2 to G2. Just give D2 to G2. Okay, it should go in single quote. D2 to G2. Okay, and H1 total products here, the double quotes. Yeah, and then H2, the same formula should be copied for the rest of records. H2, H last string. Yeah, we're good there. So let me just make sure this is order Okay, this is total products, right? Total product sequence. Cool. So let me just give a quick run just to see if it will work out, or if so. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's not able to write the formula there. Let me see. Yeah, it got failed to sum of D2 to. Okay, so otherwise what you can do is that you can just do this thing, right? D2 plus E2 plus G2, F2 plus G2, right? F2 plus G2. Okay, just do this and give a quick run again. So instead of sum, what I just did is that, so I just individually do that. Okay, so let me just remove this column now. Control S and give a run. F5. Just go to that sheet. You see, so that's how we can achieve auto-filling the same values, auto-filling the formulas, and auto-incrementing the values for all the use range of a given Excel sheet. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session.